Here's your tutorial for page 5 through 8 of our guitar method book. Page 5 is introducing our first chords to us. So you can see that there is a chart on there, a little grid, and that grid is meant to represent the frets in top of your guitar fretboard. So the black bar at the top of your page, the thicker black bar at the top of the grid, is the nut, and then each vertical line is a fret. So we can see on this graph here, we've got the nut, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frets, and our 6 strings. The string on the far right of the graph is going to be your thinnest string, and on the far left is going to be your thickest string, just like if you were looking at your guitar like this. We have above the nut, you see 3 X's and 2 O's. The X's means we're not going to strum that string. So when I'm playing this, I'm only going to be strumming the last 3 strings of my guitar. I'm not going to be doing the top 3 because that will ruin the chord sound. And for this one, it has a 1 on this first fret right here, which means I'm going to take my first finger and put it there. The O's mean open strings. So I'm going to play those 2 strings without any fingers on them. So my C chord here looks like this. First finger here, plucking the bottom 3 strings with my thumb, and it'll sound like this. For my G7 chord, all I'm going to do is I'm going to move my pointer finger down to the bottom string here, and now I have my G7 chord. And again, I'm not going to be strumming the top 3, just the bottom 3 with my thumb. You can hear that 7 chord that wants to go back home to the C. So then the strum builder on the bottom with the yellow says, when the chords are used as an accompaniment to singing, they must be strummed with a steady, even stroke. Practice the following exercises by strumming once for each slash mark, which you see there, and changing the chords when indicated above the slashes. Repeat the pattern several times while focusing on playing clear and evenly spaced chords. So we're going to strum, I count 8 slip strums for each one on number 1, a perfect pair, and I'm going to start on C, so that would sound like this. I'm focusing on making them evenly spaced apart. Making sure that I have that rhythm and that they're not, I don't want them to be separated like, not supposed to be sporadic, it should be evenly in time. Something you could tap your foot to. All right, number 2, rolling along, goes back and forth every 4 beats or 4 strums for each one. So starting on C, 2, 3, 4. If you hear any sort of ringing or a note that won't sound like this, what that likely means is your finger over here is accidentally muting that string. So you need to arc your finger like this by drawing your wrist forward so that the point of your finger is only touching the string that you mean to be touching and not accidentally bumping another one. The other thing to check for is oftentimes students have their arms resting down here, which will mute the strings if your sweatshirt or a sleeve is touching that. Okay, so be careful of that. Alright, going forward, page 6 introduces a lot of theory to us, so make sure to read everything in yellow on that page, such as the beat, quarter note, music staff, bar lines, measures, time signature, and double bar. Number 3, Are You Strumming, is going to use some of those things that we just learned in music theory and show them to us. And it has a little song. So we're starting on the C chord. You can see the slashes above the music. The music below and the lyrics are for singing, if you want to sing along. Are you strumming? Are you strumming? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I am a guitarist. I am a guitarist. Watch me jam. Watch me jam. So you can see above on those Yes I Am or Watch Me Jam, there are only 3 strum symbols, so I only strummed 3 times, and then I waited. Okay, we're trying to get that internal pulse or beat. Page 7 introduces 2 more songs that we could do that go back and forth between the 2 chords. And finally, page 8 is all about focusing on counting. So it introduces to us the half note and the whole note. A half note gets 2 beats, and a whole note gets 4. It talks about counting and tapping. So if I were to tap or snap, or if I had my metronome on, I could have this doing the tapping for me. I'll keep that on my guitar right here. And then we're clapping number 6. So right now, since I'm using one hand to tap, I'll use another hand to snap. You could use a metronome or a friend to keep the beat, or if you have the beat in your head, you can do it there. So half note gets 2. We learned previously that quarter notes get 1 beat, or 1 tap, and whole notes get 4. So 6 would sound like this. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I were to play that with one of my chords, let's say I use the C chord. We'll see if I can tap and strum at the same time. Number 6 would sound like this. 1, 2, ready, go. That's not the right chord. 1, 2, ready, go. And that's it. So keep doing that and practicing those exercises on 7, 8, and 9, and then we're ready to move on.